I don't have the public build up anyway.
I don't have SVN.
Why not?
You don't.
Because I just built a new computer.
You got a new
Oh,
computer.
okay. That makes sense.
Oh yeah.
And I
Yeah.
haven't installed a card reader into it yet. So I just haven't downloaded SVN. Although I could download it and then put it on a USB drive and take it downstairs to our computer there and transfer it.
You're gonna get purged from activity.
What? I'm like super active.
But you don't even play test the build, so I mean, how can you say that you're active?
Oh god damn it, sure man.
I'm not being serious, just so everyone in the stream knows. I'm just fucking
No, I'm
with
gonna
him.
be purged. You heard it here first. Dude, this is impossible to find on Google. Why is this so hard to find?
I know, right? I gave up.
After a hard fought loss.
Ha! I typed in when was the term Hylian first used into Google, and it said, "Did you mean when was the first term Hylian first, or when was the term Hylian first used?" Yes,
Nope.
I win.
I mean, I'm
No,
not
that
arguing
doesn't
that
work.
that's not the
That's not
No, Google.
like good
Google
logic.
is
Like,
on
try
my side.
putting in-
Hylian soldiers, Twilight Princess.
Hey, that's sick. If you search non-tumble DI, you actually get stuff. You didn't used to. You used to correct it to non-tumble dry. Some guy used that in an argument against us one time during the old Project Dim arguments.
Ooh, I
When I
found
start
something.
to type in non-tumble DI, Google tries to. Before I had finished everything, Google suggests as an autocorrect non-Tumblr users.
Non-Tumblr users? Yeah, I see
Yeah.
that.
Okay, Hylian is the pointy-eared race that Link belongs to. Hyrulean, it refers to anything from of Hyrule other than Hylians and things made by them. For example, the non-pointy-eared people in the Wind Waker are Hyruleans.
That is what I said.
Is it?
Yeah.
Just-
Hyruleans is everything that lives in the land of Hyrule, while Hylians are the race itself of Hylians. Where like a Hyrulean would refer to like also the Gerudos or the Zoras. Why are we arguing about this?
Oh, we're not. We're
No,
discovering.
I'm not arguing.
We're
but-
discovering. Because I also, I need to know.
Yeah.
This is my
Yeah, apparently
namesake.
Hyrulean
This is your name.
everything that lives in the area. So
Mhm.
it's not just Hylians. So
Like-
Hyruleans is like the more overarching term.
So Hylians are Hyruleans. Oh my god, my mind.
Stop. Let's just stop this and talk about donuts.
Dude, donuts would be swell right
Aliens are a proper subset of Hyruleans.
now.
Something like
Ah, this dude.
that.
Yeah, donuts. Yeah,
Actually,
donuts are like
There is
so
a quick
unhealthy.
trip that lives like 5 minutes away from my house that I could go drive to
The
right
quick
now.
trip
and get donuts.
lives there.
You know what I mean? And
Ah.
now it is showing that it is 3.
If Hyrulean is used what to describe animal books, trees, etc. from Hyrule, what about the Hylian Loach? Ooh, the plot thickens.
Well,
I'm still
sometimes
bad.
people at Nintendo are really bad at words.
But
Use thereof.
the Hylian Loach. But the Hylian Loach. It's my hero.
Alien Loach? What is
you,
that?
yeah, it's something you could catch while fishing in Ocarina of Time. It was the
it's
largest
one
thing
of
you
the
could
fish.
catch. Yeah. It was a loach. Yeah, it was really big and extremely hard to catch. You could usually only catch it with the secret anchor. Or the
Yeah, Ragastagon in the chat with a question. So
Oh.
as long as we're on the backstories for names, how did you guys get your names?
Good question.
Anyone want to start?
Fly can start. Go fly. I volunteer
Wait,
you.
what?
I volunteered to go first in the round circle of name.
How did you get your name?
Okay, it was 2006. I was signing up for some Nintendo forum, and I didn't know what name I wanted to use. I kind of wanted a name that was relevant to Nintendo, but not in an immediately obvious way. So just looking up random information about the Mario games in particular. I mean, at the time I used Mario and Luigi in Smash Brothers, so I figured, okay, maybe something explicitly relevant to Mario would be good to use. And I eventually somehow come across that the mushrooms in the Mario games are based on the Amanita muscaria mushrooms in terms of appearance. Or at least most subspecies of that mushroom are just red mushrooms with white spots. And I said, okay, well, I'll just go with one of the names for this, I guess. And it has a few different common names. Like one of them is Fly Agaric, which is what I am on Twitch.
Mhm.
Then there's Fly Amanita, which isn't one of the more common names for it. But I like the way it sounded the most. It's like, okay, I'll just be Fly Amanita.
Nice. It's a pretty awesome name.
I can't imagine that being taken somewhere.
Yeah. You don't have my problems. You don't need idiots. Alright. Sethlon.
Sethlon. So my name first came about whenever I was playing Diablo 1 for the first time.
Yes!
And I was trying to figure out what I should call my rogue. And so I had played D&D before this, and I had a character named Estel, which I don't know if I created myself or if I found from somewhere, if a family member gave it to me because I was super young at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I messed around, moved around some of the letters of Estel, added a couple more, and came up with Sethlon. And so that's what I used for my rogue. And after that, I'd used it for BattleNet, and then I used it for StarCraft, and all sorts of other stuff. So eventually just it stuck, and I used that for everything.
How did that progression go? I see it, sort of.
I assumed
Well,
it'd be Estel with an H.
Ah,
Yeah, there we go.
that makes
Right.
more sense.
Sethlon.
So you just
Well,
like,
where's the O?
well,
at
he
the end?
added.
like I
Like,
said, I added
It's
added
cheated.
and changed some of the letters, so it's not exact.
Today I learned Sethlon
I tried
is
moving the
cheated.
letters around first, and then it didn't really work. So I was like, well, maybe we can change some of them. I actually sat there for like half an hour, maybe longer, making this name up. Like, it's not something I did lightly.
Well, good job. It is a pretty awesome name. What's up, the Irish dude? Sethlon, it's unique. Except for the guy whose name is Seth and his last name is Long. Thanks a lot, the Irish dude. I do appreciate follows. We are talking about namesakes at the moment.
Alright, I guess I'll go next.
Yes.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious where it comes from. It comes from the Homestar Runner Flash cartoon series that's on the internet. There's a character named Strong Bad. He's kind of an asshole, but he ended up being like pretty much the main character of the web series instead of the namesake character, titular character, I suppose, Homestar Runner. And I liked him a lot more. And he had like a little email series, and I had to come up with a name for RuneScape because it was the big craze at my school. And I ended up going with Strong Bad, and they Strong Bad was taken, so RuneScape suggested me some numbers, and it gave me 338, and those are my numbers then.
Damn, the RuneScape suggested
So-
numbers, not even your own.
Strong Bad is taken. I just go with Strong Bad 338, but recently I've been doing Strong Badum since Shell actually named me Badum in like 2011 because combined my real name and the second word of my screen name. It was pretty neat. But everyone mispronounces it, so I want to kill everyone.
Strong Badum.
Yeah, they
Strong
like,
Bad AM.
Damn, I'm like, God damn, it's awful. It sounds terrible. Like,
That's what it looks like, though.
nails on cross chalkboard.
And like people wouldn't get it unless they know your name as well. So.
Exactly. So I don't know.
So people who call you Strong Badum.
Yeah.
The more You're on the inside.
They're on the inside. But I mean, like on my Twitter, it says my real name anyway. So I guess most people, if they're not dumb, they can figure it out.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess it's your turn, Jordan.
Alright, so when I was 2 years old, no, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I was 11 when I came up with my name, by the way.
What?
I was 10 years old when I came up with my
10 years old.
Well, yeah, I was
My name.
probably about the same. About 12. 10.
How old are you,
I
Fly?
was like 18.
18.
Yeah.
Alright. And for reference, how old are you guys now?
I'm 25.
Fly is 25, Stormbad is 20, Sethlon
20.
is
24.
24. Okay. I am 25. But, so I played various online games. Diablo was probably the first one. Actually, no, Warcraft 1 was the first online game I played.
Did they have Warcraft 1 online?
Yes.
Interesting. I thought it would be too old.
Either that or I played at LAN with my friend because I only played at his house. It
Yeah,
could have
like,
been Warcraft 2 as well.
Yeah, Battle.net wasn't a thing until like Warcraft 2, StarCraft.
Okay, well, I guess Warcraft 2 then was the first, or Diablo 1, whichever one of those came first, because I played Warcraft 1, Warcraft 2, and Diablo 1. And I honestly, I don't even remember what name I used for those. I think I just like spelled my real name backwards or something, because that's what my best friend at the time did. But I was just starting to get into Zelda games around then, and then this game came out called Dark Forces 2, or Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast. It was Dark Forces 2, Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast.
What?
Yeah, is Jedi
That's a long
Outcast,
name.
and best Star Wars game ever. There's still not a Star Wars game that's come out that has had as good of saber fighting as that game. And I played the fuck out of that game, and I got really good at it. I was actually considered one of the best in the world. I played in like tournaments and shit.
Really?
Yeah, and I had people make maps for me because they have like a big modding community too, and like skins, and I was super into it. But when I played that, I had just beat a bunch of Zelda games, and they were becoming like my favorite thing. And so, I just made my name Hylian _Jedi because I was talking with my friend Cal at the time. You know Cal, Sethlon.
K-A-L.
I know him.
K-A-L.
The
Oh,
Texas Fox player, right?
Yeah, he plays Marth, actually, but I guess he plays Fox now.
Yeah, there was a period where he played Martha and Fox.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was actually a kind of funny story with him.
Yeah, he was like my best friend growing up. I've known him since like 6th grade or something. But anyways, yeah, he suggested using the name Hylian. I was like, oh, I'll do like Hylian, and then Hylian was taken, so I did Hylian Jedi. Like, I was a Hylian, but I was Jedi. Actually, the first one was Hylian Sith, because I played as Sith, and then I changed it to Jedi when I switched to Jedi, because Jedi were superior. And then I just took off the Jedi after I stopped playing that game, which I only stopped playing because it died, which is very
I've
unfortunate.
heard, even in the past few years, like communities try to get it up and going again.
Yes, I would play that game again, like right now, if it had a community. But I've gone online
system was
every
it
few
for?
years for the PC. Technically, it also came out on the GameCube and Xbox and PlayStation, but no one played it on the consoles really that I know of. I mean, the community was on the PC, anyways. There wasn't like online functionality on the consoles, I think. But yeah, it was just an awesome game because like you could like run up walls and jump off them, and it had a great like modding community, and it had a really big community. And like the next game that came out, Jedi Academy in that series, wasn't nearly as good, and it kind of killed the game as well, which sucks. But yeah, every now and then it's kind of funny. My roommate right now, Chris, was also actually like one of the best players in the world at Jedi Outcast. And we randomly became roommates like years later, having no clue each other played Jedi Outcast, but saw each other while playing it. like super small world kind of deal. Yeah, that's where my name came from. Jedi Outcast. Great game.
So Hylian is an outcast, is what I got from this story.
If you're bad at interpretation, sure.
So fun story about Cal. Well, a fun occurrence. Anyways, Cal and me kind of interacted a good amount, and he also sort of wanted to play as Roy, but understood that Roy was a really terrible character, so just played Marth instead.
Mm-hmm.
And he's actually one of the guys who's given me a very difficult time in tournament because he understands how Roy works, and so he just
Mm-hmm.
beats me with spacing with Marth.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this really funny time where one of the periods where I'd gotten fed up with Roy and was switching to Marth, and we were playing at SOS's apartment, and just to screw around, he picked Roy, and it was really hilarious because he was playing Roy.
I watched that match.
Like
I
he was
remember.
Marth because Cal plays Marth primarily, and so he's trying to do like Marth things with Roy, and it's not really working. And me, on the other hand, am playing Marth like he's Roy, trying to do Roy things and not really working out very well.
Fair down tilt and such.
Yeah, it was a very interesting occurrence where like, yeah, you're not playing your character right, and I'm not either.
That's is Roth versus what is it? Roth versus
Roy.
Roy. Roy.
These old
Roy.
Washington videos.
Yeah, I remember those. The hack where it's like Roy with Mars physics or something.
Oh yeah.
I think it was Mars with Roy physics.
Yeah, that would be better because Mars is a better character. And Roy's physics are actually really incredible.
I have funny stories about Cal too. I actually taught Cal how to play competitive Smash. Like we were noobs when we first played without wave dashing or anything, but we were good noobs because we went to a tournament and we got first and second. And it was just like a small local tournament. We didn't know what L canceling or wave dashing. We didn't know what any of that was. But so I guess we were just good noobs, even though we played on Hyrule. He played Sheik and I played Marth. So like we found the good characters on our own as well. Like in our little group of friends, we all played good characters, which I found pretty interesting. But he was always better than me, and I went online to learn how to beat him. So like he's the reason that I found Smash 4. And then he stopped playing Smash once I learned like all that stuff because I would just beat him so bad. And I couldn't get him to play it again till like a year, like 2 or 3 years later, where I would like bring him to San Antonio to like an SOS tournament or something. And like he saw how like awesome the game was. And he was more mature at that point, so he wasn't as mad about losing to
Oh well, he kept that aspect for a long time.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but you don't understand.
It was worse before.
It was definitely. I'm a very tolerable person. Yeah, but I taught him how to play competitive Smash. Like after he wanted to get into it, and like I would play with him like all the time, and I'd teach him thing by thing. But I never like. I would sandbag, right? Because I didn't just like crush him, and I wouldn't dash dance much. And he never dash dance. He would just like walk at me and do moves. And I was like, dude, you have. And like one time I was just like, okay, you have to dash dance. He was like, why? Like you don't do it that much. I'm like, and he would get me to like 1 stock consistently. I was like, I'm not like punishing you for not dash dancing. And he was like, prove it. I was like, okay. And then I 4-stocked him 10 matches in a row. And he was so mad at me. He was like, why the fuck weren't you teaching me? And then I also forgot to teach him DI.
Oh yeah, that one's kind of important.
So he like just didn't know how to DI for a long time. He always blamed me. He's like, Hylian never taught me how to DI. Like the Irish dude. Shikumen Ice's melee brother dude's a pretty cool person. I've only met Strong Brother Hylian once, wasn't bad experiences. Hylian actually housed Oklahoma one time and went up there for a tournament in St. Louis. Yeah, I remember that, the Irish dude. That was fun. It was cool seeing all the new Oklahoma people. I think we actually made you guys breakfast. Dude, housing with smashers who make breakfast is the best. Matt Dog Zeb made me breakfast when I went to. Were you with us? No, you went with Oracle.
I
Sethlon.
was there the first night.
Okay, yeah. He made us freaking breakfast. The guy
Yeah,
is
that
so
was-
nice.
Oh, I got MDZ housing once and did not receive breakfast.
Damn.
Notably, but I didn't have like a group of people with me, so it wasn't as enticing of a concept to him. So I wouldn't hold it against him.
Yeah. Yep. Oh no. Did Strong Bed die again?
Oh, yep.
Looks like it.
Strong Bed, no. Yeah, I want to show you guys this this thing on my wall, which is really cool. I wonder if my headset reaches over here. It does. Oh my god, this headset cord is so long. Could walk across my room with it. Check this out. This is the coolest thing ever.
About half a minute behind.
Yeah.
Time to open the stream again.
Yes, you should open it.
So, Joshua Eric.
Joshua, what's up, man? This
Joshua Rick. Is that like Eric and Joshua together?
This was
I've
made
never
for
heard
me
that.
by my girlfriend at the time's sister for a Christmas present. It's like the coolest present I've ever gotten. She just took like a glue gun and put a bunch of crowns onto
That
this
is
board.
really cool.
And these colors are the colors of the Hylian shield as well, so it's like really legit. And she put a quote from Zelda, which is, "The sword wields no strength unless the hand that holds it has courage."
Yes,
really
I've seen
cool.
this.
Yeah, if you've been to my house, you've probably seen it.
I don't know if I saw it whenever
It was on my door when you went to my house. I don't. Maybe my
I
door.
probably saw it then.
Yeah.
Oh, they did the melting crayon trick.
Yeah, with a hot glue gun.
That's cool.
One of the coolest presents I've received. So it's like I don't know. It's Zelda. Anything Zelda just makes me like giddy. I don't know. My entire kitchen is like Zelda shit all over it. I have a keychain holder that says, oh my god, mind blinking so hard. Take this, like, don't go alone. Whatever the guy in
Yes,
Zelda wants.
it's dangerous to go alone.
It's dangerous to
Thank
go
you for
alone.
saying
That's what it
that.
Yeah,
says.
take this. Yeah.
Yeah, it's dangerous to go alone. Take this, and it's a keychain holder.
Yeah.
And Link is like this to the keychain. It's so awesome. Yeah, in-depth gifts are definitely the best. Although they're hard to compete with electronics. I do love getting electronics as gifts. But let's see over here. I actually don't even like getting gifts because I always feel bad. And every time my family asks me what I want for like Christmas and shit, I'm always like, I don't need anything.
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty happy.
And they like force me to tell them like, I don't know, give me socks.
Gonna be socks.
Dude, I asked my dad and my grandmother for socks. I felt so old. Oh my god, I'm so fucking old. I'm asking them for socks, and I'm like happy about it. How bad is this?
I'm terrible at shop for. I just like ask for money, and I'm like, if you don't give me anything, that's fine.
Joshua Rice is calling. Who is Joshua
Money
Rice?
is like a rude gift to ask for, I guess. Apparently.
Who is Joshua Rice?
I just don't celebrate these things. Like, I don't celebrate my birthday. I try not to celebrate other gift-giving holidays. I've learned I just get stressed out because I expect the days to be kind of different and great, and they're not. So I just treat them like any other day of the year, and I'm happier that way.
This person keeps calling me on Skype. I have no idea who it is. Joshua Rice. Does anyone know a Joshua Rice?
What's the click on view profile and see their Skype name?
View profile. Oh, it's Joshua.
Ha!
Should we add him to the call?
Who is this?
Someone in my
This is
chat.
Josh Werrick from the chat. Should we add him?
Alright,
We've never done call-ins before. This is new.
alright, we're doing a call in. I will add you.
We'll
Joshua.
boot you if you're a jerk face.
Yeah, don't be a jerk, please.
Oh, I tried adding him. Well, what is the deal?
Have you accepted his friend request?
Oh, okay. Invite
You
to
have
group
to.
call.
Like it's giving this like message that says can't be added until they accept your contact request.
God damn it.
It means they have to be on your friends list first.
Recent. Joshua Rice. Add to contacts. Send. How do people do like Skype call-ins, and do they add like every person to their friends lists?
Yeah. Yeah, I have like 200 contacts. It's awful.
Alright guys, we're doing call-ins. He's calling. Okay, I'm just gonna answer real quick. So it'll put the
this
call on
will
hold.
drop.
It'll put it on hold. Add to group call. Oh wait, does that work? Did it work? Hello?
No.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up?
Oh,
How we doing?
Joshua Eric. Joshua Rice.
Hi.
How old are you, Joshua?
10.
10?
Yeah.
You look 10. I could believe that. And you sound 10. So, logic would lead us to believe you. So, what's up, man? What do you want to call in about?
Oh, I was just bored.
Just bored? We were too.
I think you would answer.
Oh, no problem. Oh, this game. Impressive, 10. People are impressed with your age. You play Smash, I'm guessing?
No.
No? How did you find the stream?
The stream?
Yeah.
I don't. I just searched Skype, so I would know if you had Skype, so I can call you.
I mean, how did you find my stream on Twitch?
I just searched Skype and then clicked on you.
And then you found my stream through Skype?
Oh wait, no, Twitch, I mean, Twitch.
Oh, you searched Twitch and you just clicked on me. Okay, so you don't play Smash. You just randomly wanted to watch us?
Yeah.
That's cool. You should, do you know what Smash Brothers is?
No.
No? Super Smash Brothers for, by Nintendo?
Oh yeah, I know what it is.
Oh, you know what it is? Help me out here,
Okay.
guys.
it's a pretty fun game, and we take it kind of seriously.
Um,
You're, where are you from, Joshua? Not specifically, but like area, like United States. Europe?
United States, California.
Man, you are. Oh, I guess Cali isn't. It's only 2 in Cali, isn't it?
Past your bedtime, right?
It's 2:14.
Man, creepy. No, it's a weekday and you're 10, so.
It's break for me at school.
Spring
Oh, spring
break?
break.
Ah, makes sense. My parents would never let me stay up this late at that age, so I am envious of you, sir. But yeah, if you enjoy Smash Brothers, you should definitely look at the website smashboards.com. which I will link.
Is it free?
Yes, it is free. Although, technically you need to be 13 to sign up there. But it's okay because I'm an admin. So
Well, I mean, everything I sign up for is supposed to be 18 and over.
well, 13
but
at
who cares?
least. Yeah. Not everything is 18. Most stuff on the internet would be 13. I actually don't know if there's anything on the internet that lets you sign up under the age of 13 without parental consent. But if you can get parental consent easily, you can just send that to our email. But I mean, you don't even have to sign up. You can just look around the site if you're interested.
I have an email.
Well, I was more referring to getting your parents to sign something that would let you join the site, which I'm sure they wouldn't have a problem with. It's a very kid-friendly site.
Okay.
But if you're interested at all in like stuff we're talking about, we all play Super Smash Brothers competitively. There's a big tournament scene for it, and I can actually give you a video called the Smash Doc, which is a documentary on it, which you might be incredibly bored of because you're 10, but maybe you'll find it interesting. Where is the Smash Doc?
You don't have it.
This man. You don't. Oh my god, that's loud. Ah, okay, I found it. You should definitely watch this. And I'll post this in the stream chat too. For anyone who's not seen the Smash Doc, you guys should watch it. It's amazing. And if you find you are interested in any of that stuff, you should check out smashboards.com and just look around the forums.
Your stream is really, really delayed.
Yeah, it's that's just a Twitch thing. I don't have any delay settings on. It just
Okay.
it automatically delays. But yeah, that's all the information you need really if you wanna see what we're all about. Thanks for calling in though. Want to be a troll with the voice editing thing? That would be pretty funny. Alright, but we're gonna let you go now, so have a good night, man. Thanks for calling in. Sorry. I don't know if we can have you in the call the whole time though. But feel free to keep watching.
Okay. Bye.
Goodbye. Sorry.
Bye.
I feel so bad. Freaking kids are so adorable.
Alright, yeah.
Anyways.
Alright.
We got to recruit people young.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Falcon Dittos.
Falcon did us. Falcon dittoing a computer. That's not fun. Alright. Back to Smash Talk.
The documentary's pretty neat.
Yeah. The documentary is amazing. I watched every episode right when it came out.
So did I. Except I was at Big House. So.
Yeah.
But when I got home, I watched the whole thing.
I remember like the first episode was released on stream. I was like, oh my god! I watched all of them in a row at like 5 in the morning.
Oh yeah. Cause I was at Binion's house when I cause I rode back with St. Louis and then took a train back home. So I was at Binion's house when I finished the documentary. It's pretty neat.
Ben Russell, it
He
feels
got attacked
amazing.
by his cats over and over.
I love my lagless grab of links. It is the best. I just throw it out, and there is no lag at all. It's-
There's none at all.
between up being and grabbing.
It's only the third slowest grab in the game, which makes every other grab have negative lag.
Oh my god,
A
no,
DK's
What?
grab with that negative lag.
60 frames.
Thank you, Music King. You are a fantastic source of entertainment in this community, both in game and out of it.
I will admit I got a little heated with Mewtwo King as I often do.
Yeah, it's hard not to.
But
He's a and he's a unique individual.
it was entertaining. It was I guess I never really hear people complain about his actual grab. Like I can understand the throw complaints, but not like the actual grab.
Yeah.
And except especially going from 2.1 to what it is now, people are like, oh, thank God he can't got people out
Okay,
of the air
think
anymore.
can't grab with it. Standing in place. Jesus Christ.
Dude, it was awesome.
Like, here's the mix-up. Are you gonna hold R and press A, or are you gonna turn around and then press Z? That's the mix-up.
We should make a Link build with 2.1 ring, but instead of the ring, just have it be Falco Shine.
Like, it tumbles to 0 and combos until like 300%.
No, it can be just the same as 2.1 ring. Just have that animation. Just have a
Graphic?
blue, yeah, the graphic. Just have a blue shine
Let's
traveling
see.
towards them, like blinking.
Yeah, you just angle it horizontally so it looks kind of like a discus.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because it was dubbed the Falco ring. And it did. It was just like Falco's ring. It was crazy. Yeah, we already talked about the Mewtwo King ordeal. Ben
Yeah,
Russell.
we don't want to talk about that twice.
That was a previous point of discussion. Did you see that fly? I'm sure you did.
I don't remember hearing about this. I mean, I read the thread,
Okay.
so I know what you said to him and all that stuff.
Okay.
That's about it.
Yeah,
That's what we
okay.
were talking.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
Okay.
And like Jordan and Sethlon and I just kind of made some passing comments about it earlier in the Skype call before you were joined. It wasn't particularly. It wasn't an elaborated conversation.
Okay.
Yep. But Mewtwo King is very eccentric in his posting and does not know how to get his point across in any form.
I remember in the brawl back room whenever I was gonna hesitate there to see if Hylian knew what I was gonna talk about. Whenever anyone watches bucket breaking, King made this post in the brawl back room. Now I was like, oh my god, guys, Game & Watch is the best character in the game now.
I told you guys! I told you! Proof right there. You missed it all, Sethlon, because people were like, he was like, why do you always bring that up? Like, why are you being mean and bringing that up? And people are like getting on to me about bringing that up. And I find it really funny that you brought that up.
I'm sorry if anyone takes this as trolling King, and I'm not trying to make him feel bad. Or
No, I said the same thing. I was like, dude, it's hilarious. He told me I was dumb when I was arguing with him about it. I was like, oh my god, Mewtwo King.
Those posts still exist.
And he was like, that was in 2008. I was like, it's still kind of relevant to the discussion now. It's just,
Apparently, the game came out 4 months ago, right?
yeah, like, just because you can't just claim things are broken. But, I mean, you can, but it just bothers me that he can claim things and affect a lot more.
Yeah, people like believe him. It's
Yeah.
obnoxious.
And there's nothing wrong with believing a top player, but you should definitely like test things first. Like you should definitely like confirm them, you know, like, oh, he thinks this is really strong, maybe I'll try it out, you know, like stuff like that instead of mindless bandwagoning, which I think is can be a fairly big problem in communities like this, fighting game communities in general. Bandwagons are strong. And even like League and stuff, like flavor of the month characters. Or any game that gets patched.
I don't play League anymore. It's a good idea to quit.
Yeah, I haven't played League in like 2 years. But
Hey, me either. I quit around then.
Critiquing reasoning on paper is the greatest. The greatest as a source of entertainment, maybe.
Like, I'm just sad that it didn't happen a day later because it would have been perfect for April 1st.
Yeah.
That post.
No kidding.
Ah, you guys, just thinking about the days reminded me that I have tomorrow off, and now I'm happy.
Yes, I have tomorrow off too. So you should definitely watch me
I
stream
have
this
to
game.
wake up tomorrow.
Because it's clearly not gonna work tonight.
Clearly, yes.
Uh,
Have you tried again?
yeah, I've been trying every 5 See how the thing says 5 minutes? Yeah, I'll show you. Oh my god, why do I have the window capture up? Yeah, it says 5 minutes. Oh, it's delayed, so now it says 4 minutes. Oh. Alright. Fly, what do you think Day-to-Day's best and worst matchups are? Rest in peace, Strong Bad.
Across all of the characters.
Yeah. Like, are just hardest for you, I guess. The hardest for you and the easiest for you. So not even like a general thing, just you personally, I guess.
Well, I'll restrict my attention to the matchups I at least have some experience in,
Uh-huh.
which and really does exclude quite a lot of characters. Just SoCal is basically just a bunch of space animals and Meta Knights with some other things here and there.
Right.
But let's see. I really don't like fighting Diddy as DDD, and that's mostly because of a couple of reasons. Well, there are a lot of different reasons, but if I had to identify two main themes, one of it is just that DDD doesn't handle bananas that well,
Mhm.
and a lot of that is just because he has a really long jump squat. Going
Mhm.
airborne for him is kind of a commitment.
I know
So
what that
because
feels like.
So yeah, so that makes it a lot harder to do things like just wave dash into a banana, coupled with his friction, and also just do things like aerial glide toss. Because if I want to go airborne and also in a position to hit a banana, it's
Mhm.
not really easy to do
I
that.
believe it's 6 frames, right? It's tied with Link.
I think so.
Because there's only 2 characters with a 6-frame jump squat. I think it's like in Day-to-Day. And Bowser has 8 frames, and then every other character is 5 or 4. And Ganondorf
Ganondorf.
has 6?
Yep.
No, his jump squat, I thought it was made... Oh, you could be right, I don't know. I remember there only being 2 characters. It's
No,
Link and one other
it's-
character.
I believe in 3.0, Ganon's is still above average. I don't know exactly what that is, but
Above average would be 4.
Well,
well,
average. Like worse than below average.
Oh, below average?
yes.
Oh, that would be
So it's worse than average.
6, yeah. 5 or 6. Well,
I mean,
there's only 3 characters with worse than 6. Which is Bowser, Link, and one other character.
DDD is one.
This was looking at Monk's list recently. He like recently posted a list of like jump squats. I looked at. I don't remember what the character that shared
Yeah,
links
In
was.
Alien 3.0, Ganondorf's jump squat is 6 frames, and I believe Link and DDD and Bowser are also 6 or higher.
Bowser's 8. Link is 6.
Yep,
I don't know about the
six.
other ones. Sorry,
Bowser's
Fly. I
30.
interrupted you.
Okay. And
Big
the
tangent.
next point I was going to make is that DD doesn't have very good item throws. It takes him forever to toss anything.
Uh huh.
So even when I do get a banana, it's hard for me to really accomplish much with it.
Uh huh.
So all of that coupled with just DDD's general lackluster horizontal movement makes it really hard to get in on a Diddycon, because if I want to approach from the air, well then he can just space himself horizontally outside of where I'm going to land and throw a banana at me when I land.
Mhm.
If I try to get in on the ground, well then I need to constantly worry about the threat of a banana toss. And it's really, really difficult for me to do things to that character. Other than that, I feel like Pit is hard. It's not a matchup I have too much experience in, but it's really hard to get in on him, and it's also hard just to kill him. It's difficult to edgeguard him, which against DD is kind of a big deal.
How does that
Okay.
relate to Diddy?
Or I'm talking about. Oh, I was done with.
Okay,
Yeah,
I know,
I
but
was
you never
just-
mentioned edge guarding him. I was just interested in
Oh, edgeguarding Diddy.
like if you find it hard or easy,
I find it manageable.
manageable.
I mean, unless he sweet spots perfectly, I can usually just down tilt and just run off and hit him again.
Hmm.
Like typically with like a rising down into a forward air.
Hmm.
If he can't sweet spot, then well, if I read a sweet spot, I can just grab the edge. That's not a problem. If he does anything else, I could just like, yeah, down tilt, then when he starts the next up B, run off, fast hold, double jump down air to hit him out of that, then combo that into a forward air and just grab
Okay,
the
so
edge.
at least with Diddy, if you outplay him near the ledge, you can gimp him. Whereas Pit, like, it's not gonna happen probably.
Yeah, Pit, I would need to hit him out of his glide and then get him back off stage,
Mhm.
which is kind of hard.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I could
Also,
definitely Pit can probably chin grab Diddy, I would imagine too.
he gets good.
It's too
He
heavy.
doesn't.
Too
I
heavy.
don't. He doesn't do that, but
He
he
doesn't
gets good
CG,
grab
but he has
combos.
really good combos. Yeah, like down throw, down air, into more stuff. And
Yeah.
it's
What I
painful.
generally do, what I generally do with Pit against characters of that weight class that works really well for me is I do down throw, then I short hop in whatever direction they went, and then I do an up air that connects right as I land, and pretty much no matter what, that's going to lead into more up airs, which leads to quite a bit of damage. So yeah, the grab game is pretty painful. Arrows being able to that Pit can angle arrows is also kind of an issue for DDD because if I go airborne, he's just gonna shoot me a bunch, and there's not a lot I can do about it. So I need to
Right.
fight near the ground a lot, but it's still hard to fight Pit on the ground. I still need to navigate through arrows and stuff.
Yeah. Especially since Pit doesn't need to be exceptionally accurate to hit day with an arrow.
Yeah, that's
pretty,
true.
pretty large.
Kind of a big dog.
It's a BBW.
So yeah, those are the two matchups that stand out to me as the hardest.
Mhm.
If you asked me like a couple months ago, I probably would have said Lucas, but now I actually like fighting Lucas because I essentially just platform camp him really hard. Occasionally just like drop down with a back air, try to get him if I can.
Yeah.
But if not, I just go back to the platforms, and it feels like it's hard for me.
It
to deal
makes
with that.
sense. Like, I don't know what Lucas could possibly do about day-to-day down air on a
Like,
platform.
it's like spam a B, I guess.
Jam up V.
Yeah,
So then,
Tried to like side beat max distance.
Yeah. All right.
so yeah, I actually like that matchup now. So I guess the two I pointed out would be the ones I have the hardest time with. As for matchups, I like DDD versus pretty much all the other big characters. I feel like it's not too hard to punish them pretty harshly, and whether it's just off a grab or a random straight hit, edge guarding the other heavyweights also tends to be really straightforward. Some of them might beat him in neutral. Like I feel like Donkey Kong might have a slight edge over DDD in neutral, but I feel like other things still end up balanced. I feel like other factors collectively still make me punish him harder than vice versa. So I'm okay with a little deficit there.
Mhm.
And even if he just wants to play the long dash dancing game, I could just like throw out a waddle, and then instantly I just thread in a ton of space that I didn't otherwise. So yeah, I generally like fighting other big characters.
Mhm.
Let's see. I actually like fighting Wolf quite a bit. Mostly just because I can smash DI his shine into the ground and tech it. Like, I feel like it's hard for Wolf to really get DDD off the ground. He can do it with grabs, but it's not easy for Wolf to just run up and grab DDD. He's not like Fox fast on the ground.
Mhm.
Like, if I see him running in, I can probably just grab him first.
Mhm.
And at the same time, I get pretty good punishments on Wolves.
Diddy does have pretty good grab range.
And at least in my experience, I've always done really, really well against Wolves. Like, I've played a few of the big name Wolves, and the best any of them have ever done against me so far has been getting two-stocked.
That's
So, I mean,
pretty reassuring.
I'm sure there's an element of matchup inexperience there, though. So
Which
we'll
one
see.
was that?
Scythe and Rat. Anyways,
Yeah,
So, yeah,
to
but-
go on a tangent for a bit. That's one of the reasons why I think Wolf isn't quite top 5 material, because the fact that you can crouch cancel his shine.
Ah,
Like there are ways Wolf can get around it, but it's by doing stuff like always double shining or always going straight into shine up smashes, and it's much harder like to convert the real combos up as it is with the other.
and if I
space.
tech the first shine, the second one just wouldn't hit unless you delay it a ton.
Yeah.
or unless you shine a third tag, maybe.
Yeah.
What other matchups do I like?
The answer is always shine.
Exactly.
Dude.
The down and the red button.
Okay, triple shining is not an impossible thing. Like, it's getting fairly common among top players.
I see it more now.
Or-
Like in the metagame, constantly is like a.
I actually have a
I don't really
tangent
think of it as an option.
about that. Okay, I actually have a video in freaking like 2007, 6 something. I was showing off how I would multi-shine. Hylian equals Silent Wolf plus 3.
What?
That's the name of the video. Cal uploaded it
I think
because
I remember sitting this.
it was because Silent Wolf's
He did.
record for wave shines. I beat his record for multi shines by 3. So Cal uploaded the video, which I'll link in the chat.
Rennie.
Yeah, in the chat. And I do. Yes, they're slow, but I do them slow on purpose because it lets me do more. And
Yeah.
they're fast enough to where like I can still pressure fine with them. And now I'm watching, and people were getting on to me about them being so like, oh, it's not impressive, like blah 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 blah. I'm like, I'm doing them slow on purpose because I can do way more, and it's still like really, it'll still combo. It's still really effective. And no one like believed me. And now I watch Westballs, and he does 2 shines, and then he delays, and then he does 2 shines, and then he delays, and that's like how he shield pressers. And it's like the same mentality that I had. You just get into a rhythm. Like you don't just press it as fast as you can, because you'll lose the timing really fast, and it's inconsistent. And you want to be able to do something consistent, especially in like a tournament match. So he does 2 shines, and then he'll delay the third one, and those 2 shines, and delay, 2 shines, delay. And he's either trying to bait out like shield grabs and then punishing the frames by tricking his opponent into thinking he's stopping them, and with the added benefit of just continued shield pressure, even if they're just in their shield. Regardless, we're giving them a window to do nothing but roll away during the pause. So I don't know, it kind of irked me. It didn't really irk me. It was just kind of a moment where I was like, huh. It's cool seeing people realize stuff like that. Like, being precise with something like that is better than just spamming it really fast. And that was a really long tangent.
Yes.
I think we were talking about day-to-day matchups before we got.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, I really like DDD versus Sheik. DDD can just pretty
Really?
much with a DDD with a simple dash dance grab can just whiff punish most of her moves.
Mhm.
Like forward tilt, down tilt, even like a pretty good forwarder, I can just dash dance grab it. I can also crouch cancel grab it. So Sheik has a really hard time just throwing out things that are pretty safe against DDD. I mean, space back air is okay, but then I can just do stuff like throw out a forward air or forward tilt in response to that. And just in general, I feel like whenever I touch Sheik, she suffers pretty badly for it.
She's that Hylian weight.
Well, it's not. It's not really a.
This dude.
I call it Hylian weight just because like Sheik, Roy, Meta Knight, Link like get comboed
Well,
really hard.
well, weight is part of it, or falling acceleration.
Oh, I know. I'm not. It's just like I'm not gonna reference all of those things when I say it. I just say Hylian.
Okay, so that's part of it, but not entirely. It's also her moveset. Like, let's say. Okay, first case scenario, let's say I'm not by an edge and I grab her or something and I up throw her. Unless she has a platform right around the area to retreat to, it's actually pretty hard for her to get down against DDD. Like, if I just like toss out a neutral air and she tries to fall on me, DDD's neutral air is really disjointed above him, so it'll just pretty much beat out anything she throws. And and neutral air, especially the weak hit neutral air, is really brutal on Sheik. It just leads to a bunch of up tilts into an aerial, and that'll usually shove her off stage. And also, if Sheik's a little higher, then I can just like throw out up airs and stuff. And Sheik is just not good when she's above DDD. Like a lot of other characters, but it just feels especially easy against her. And DDD also. What?
How does day-to-day deal with the needles?
I jump over them, or I just shield them. Either one's fine.
So
And sheet
how would
needles
you?
have
Oh,
a lot
God.
more commitment than most similar projectiles. So like usually it's like to get him to approach, but I mean DDD just gets to the range where she can't throw needles anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and for DDD that range is pretty big. It's his forward tilt
Yeah.
range roughly.
Huge
So it's not
hammer.
Yeah. So yeah, needles aren't too threatening. Other than that, DDD is really good when he has Sheik cornered. Like, if she's by an edge, a lot of the time I'll just toss her to it. Then I can just throw out a lot of forward tilts. and it's kind of hard for her to punish that.
Yeah.
Like 4 tilts, 4 air walls. It's kind of hard for her to get around it.
Especially like what you're saying with her just having a hard time hitting you. Like Sheik is definitely one of those characters where she like unlocks parts of her movesets the more damage she does, because some of her stuff is just so susceptible to crouch canceling.
Yeah,
And like
DDD's heavy, so
exactly,
it lasts a long time.
it would just take that much longer for her to have more options in neutral.
Yeah.
That
She
makes
isn't
sense.
used to being beaten out by normals, so
Yeah.
if you can beat her normals like with your range, it's really good.
Yeah. So last couple things I was going to mention that, in addition to it just being hard for Sheik to get back to a good position when DDD has her by the edge, when DD actually has Sheik off stage, he edge guards her really well. Pretty much one back air. If you hit her with a back air when she's off stage, that should lead to her death. Even if not, even if you don't think you can do that, and it's usually not too hard to back for her, you could just grab the edge, force her on stage, and just down smash her off. Basically the Samus edge guard. It works. DD does it the same way. It's still really good against her. So yeah. And the last thing I was going to mention was that even outside of just grabs and stuff, a lot of stray hits DD does can punish Sheik pretty hardly. Like if I read a short hop and it's anything other than like a fadeaway back air, then I can just run in and do a weak neutral air. And I already mentioned how weak neutral air is kind of brutal on Sheik. And if it's really low percentages, I can just do a strong hit neutral air either for the same effect.
Mhm.
So yeah, if she jumps, she's in serious danger. If she's on the ground and throws something out wrong, she is susceptible for taking a lot of damage or going into a bad position. And yeah, it's just a matchup that I'm really, really comfortable with. Like, I have a lot of experience against Okami's Sheik, and I actually have an easier time with him in Project M than I do in Melee as Ice Climbers.
And you also play Sheik in Melee.
Yeah.
And in Project M.
Yeah.
So,
I like Sheik.
I mean, that helps.
Yeah, I'm definitely comfortable with the character. So, let's see, what other matchups do I like? I'm not... After that, it's harder for me to say. Let's see, I already mentioned heavyweights, Wolf, Sheik. I feel like most of the other matchups I like are ones that I just tend to be good at, not necessarily ones that I think DDD is good at. Like,
Right.
I was kind of tempted to mention Meta Knight. And DDD does do some pretty good things against Meta Knight, but at the same time, it's really annoying if Meta Knight just dash dance grabs him a lot. Like, it's true that Meta Knight...
You know he has a chain grab on DD?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, I found that out the other day, I didn't know.
Yeah, a lot of the time I'll DI up and in and just take an aerial combo because I can always smash DI out of those instead of just getting grabbed over and over. Anyways, yeah, but that is kind of annoying. DDD does have some pretty good stuff on Meta Knight though. Like, down smash is surprisingly good against him because it just significantly outranges everything he can do to approach me. And it usually puts Meta Knight in a pretty bad position. It even combos a lot. Like, a lot of time it just puts him right next to me. And I might be able to hit him out of the air or just tech chase on reaction. And DDD actually has some pretty good kill setups on Meta Knight. Like if I grab Meta Knight between like 100 and 120, up throw forward air is usually a guaranteed kill.
Wow.
And it's not too hard.
DK!
Yeah, the donkey concept.
Oh, the thing I hate more than anything in the world.
The Slamajamma.
Yeah, I'm not convinced it's actually good for DD, but at least based on my own experience with the matchup against a pretty big number of Meta Knights, like DSF, Ripon, K9, Tyrant. I played Plups Meta Knight a little bit in friendlies, and yeah, it's a matchup that I'm just pretty comfortable with.
Nice.
Let's see.
Good night, Corey.
I'm not sure what else I want to mention off the top of my head. I'm just gonna look at a list of characters and anything else.
It was very, very insightful either way.
Okay.
So,
you can go on to other things, I guess.
Alright, I guess Strongman sort of already answered this, but Ben Russell said, I read your DK guide on Smash Bros. And I'm trying to focus on implementing one thing at a time. If you had to give one bit of advice to a new DK player, what technique, movement, etc. should I try to master first?
Yeah, mostly just dash dancing. But like I said in the chat, it's tough to like make use of dash dancing as like a early starting out player because like you don't really like unlock all that dash dancing does unless you understand all the intricacies of spacing. So like I can't just tell you, oh, just dash dance well, and because that's not going to be helpful advice. So I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to say here. Um, I guess if I had to give you any advice, it'd be to not specifically focus on the techniques, but like the general game plan, because DK's game plan is fairly straightforward, and you should work on the game plan, and then like as you go on, add like different techniques like wave landing and stuff, and then like as an extension of your game plan.
Yeah, sounds like solid advice. Grab people a lot.
The purple button.
Do cargo up through the forward air and make people salty.
That's the plan.
Let's see. When is there going to be a Raw monthly again?
Bug Vista. He runs them.
Alright, he's in St. Louis.
Oh, he's graduated?
I don't know, but he came to my house for a Smash Fest the other day. And then I dragged everyone over to my restaurant and we had a party.
Was it during spring break? Cause
Yeah, it might have been during spring
Yeah,
break.
yeah. It's fairly close to St. Louis normally.
Ben Russell, you definitely shouldn't be embarrassed to bring out character against people.
Yeah, it just treat it as a learning experience. Like I didn't start out amazing, so I mean.
Yeah, pretty much no one.
I was pretty shitty at one point, so don't worry about it.
I've got stories about that.
Yeah,
We want to tell the when we were bad stories.
let's do that. Alright, Sethlon. Let's see. You gotta help.
This is a story that I like telling. So the very first tournament I go to is Most 3.
Yes.
Which back in 2005 was a massive tournament in Dallas. Got
Yes.
128 people.
It's in the Smash Dock.
Yes, it is actually in the Smash Dock.
Is that the tournament that Isaiah destroyed everyone at?
Yes, with the
Yes,
cape.
yes, that was the one.
Awesome tournament.
So we go to this tournament. I lived a little bit outside of Houston at this point in time, like 45 minutes north. So I hadn't played with the Houston guys at all. Me and my crew out in Magnolia, we're gonna roll up and see what we could do. And we kind of get bopped in singles and kind of get bopped in doubles. And we enter crews for fun. And a lot of the time during downtime, we were playing friendlies against this guy. Oh, son of a bitch! Now that it comes to it, I can't remember his name. Metafighter X, Samus player. Don't even remember where he was from. But he was showing us some stuff. He taught us what ledge hopping was.
Nice.
And we were like, oh wow, this is really good. Why don't we know about this? And so we played. We were doing all right against him. Like taking him down to 2-1 stocks most games. So it wasn't too ugly. And we have to play against his crew first. And they send out Metafighter X first. And they're like, there's 5 of us. So we're like, okay, well, we played in friendlies a bunch, so this won't be too bad.
Oh no!
And so we send
I
out
know
our
where
first
this is
person.
going.
We send out our first person, and Metafighter X wipes the floor with it. I don't think he loses in stock. And we're like, oh, well, shit. Okay, well, next person will get him. So we send out our next person, and Metafighter X wipes that person. And then we send out me, and I get wiped. And the next person, and that person gets wiped. And our 5th person finally ends up taking his last stock, and then gets completely destroyed by the next unit. And we were like, Jesus Christ, you guys are amazing. And we were talking with Metafighter X afterwards, and we're like, man, you must be like the best guy on your crew, right? You're amazing. They sent you on first just to wipe us, and he was like, no, I'm definitely like the worst out of this crew. All these other guys are so much better than me.
Dude, that reminds me of a story. That is hilarious. So that happens in Smash. Smash is so deep. It has these layers, and you think like you have like the lowest layer is like the noob layer with like your group of friends who don't know anything about competitive play, and like you think you're really good, and then you play someone who's like just learning competitive play, and they like wipe the floor, and you're like, oh, you're so amazing, and they actually like realize they know the advanced tactics. They're like, no, actually, I really suck. It's like then, and they'll play someone who's just been playing for like a year, but it's like they'll get like 4-stocked by them. And that person's like, I don't know how to get better. Like, I'm not that good. And then they'll play like just a person who can place like top 16 at local tournaments and get like right to it. There's like this freaking absurd layering to the game. It's not. The skill jumps are just crazy. And there's actually a story sort of exactly like your Sethlon. It's not involving me, but I read about it with Cactuar, Reno, two other people in their crew went to like a local game store, and they already had like their own Smash scene there, and the four of them play in the tournament, and their worst player, I don't remember who it was, beats the like game place's best player, like four stocks them. So all the people there are like, oh my god, this guy is the best guy we've ever seen. He four stocked our best player. Oh, he's so amazing. He has to be the best in the crew. And then the tournament goes on, and that guy fights
gets, like,
the other
family.
guy in the crew, and he gets four stocked in tournament by that guy. And so they're like just mind blown, like, holy shit, that guy four stocked the guy, four stocked our guy. This guy is the best guy in the world, clearly. Like,
Oh,
that's just absurd. And then Reno four stocks that guy.
then Cactuar
and then
four-stocks
Cactuar four stocks Reno. Imagine how mind fucked they had to have been, like, at the end of it. And then Cactuar says to them, yeah, there's plenty of people who could four stock me. Oh, I read that. I was just dying laughing. I was like, oh, I can't even imagine like, how crazy that is. And melee in particular is just so hard that like you could just beat anyone who just doesn't know advanced actors like in any scenario at all. Like I was in dorms in college with these people and they played Smash, and I was like, oh, I really good at this game. They're like, oh no, I'm really good. So like, okay. I'll play you. And I played him and I destroyed him. And I didn't play him for money because I'd feel bad. I was like, alright, I'll play you for money, but I'll only use one hand.
No. You're a
and
dick.
and I beat him. I just picked Marth and I just walked around and forward smashed with one hand and I beat him. I like two stocked him or something. And he wanted a rematch, so I beat him twice and took like $20 from him. And then he got two of his friends who also played, and I 3v1'd them and beat them. And I told them, I was like, okay, I'll bet you all like $5 each against my 15 or $20 or whatever, or I'll pay them each $5. That I can beat all of you guys with one move, and I can only use one move, and I wasn't even allowed to recover or anything. I could only use one move. And you can probably guess what that move was. It was not one hand. This is, yes, it was Fox's shine.
Really? I would
That would have been rest. Would have been funny.
Rest 3v1? No, we did this 3v1 with team attack
Okay,
off.
yeah, you're right. Okay.
I just wave shine them off the stage and shine spike them, or just shined. I don't remember if they all played characters, but I just ran around and 3v1 them, just like shine spiking them. And it was absolutely hilarious because I beat them and they all had to give me money. And no one then would ever play me in Smash after.
Yeah, such a dick.
No, dude, it was hilarious. They had a good time of it. It wasn't like they were mad. They were just like, how is he? Because of the one move. And they actually got into Smash after that. They learned like wave dashing and all that. They had me like teach them. So it was really cool. Moves are the
It was
best.
a humbling experience.
Yeah. Dude, everyone has this humbling experience. One of my first tournaments was Third Coast Gaming Invitational, which Ken actually posted that he was scared to go to because Crystal City was really strong at the time and all of Crystal City was going, and Ken was like low on funds and he didn't want to risk losing even though he hadn't lost before. So Ken didn't go, but it was like a freaking 200-person tournament. It was like the largest tournament at the time. God, I don't remember. It was either like late 2003 or early 2004. And I had like just learned to wave dash at that point. Well, I already know how to wave dash, but I was learning how to double fair. That's what I was learning how to do when I went there. And like I thought it was pretty good because it got to the point where I could like beat Cal with advanced tactics and stuff. And my other friend Lonnie was also learning Fox, and we were just like Fox and Shine Spike each other a lot because we watched Shine Blind. And I got dead last. Yeah, I got dead last. Like I got destroyed. And my friend Lonnie played Caveman round 1. And he took one stock in the whole
The
set.
young Link?
Yeah. Oh, he didn't play Young though. He played Sheik. uh, he used Young sometimes, but he mainly played. Kidman played a lot of characters, but
Yeah.
he was really good back in the day. Another really interesting story about this tournament was okay. So it was a huge tournament, right? This was also Fast Like Tree's first tournament, and Fast Like Tree. It was like a tournament versus tournament. Fast Like Tree at this tournament did not know advanced tactics. He didn't know L canceling. He didn't know wave dashing. He didn't know he existed. One of his friends brought him to the tournament, which was BJ, Proud Like Cal. And Fast Like Tree got 5th. He got 5th at this tournament with 200 people who knew advanced tactics. Under all of Crystal City got 1 through 4, and then SOS tied for 5th as well. And Fast Like Tree, he used Fox. He just walked around and like up smashed and forward smashed people, and he got 5th. That guy was fucking amazing at this game.
Yes, Fast Like Tree. Fast Like Tree is where I got like all of my pivot setups from.
Yeah,
he was one of my favorite Marths to watch for a long time.
yeah.
He had a really cool movement style.
Yeah.
He was like a prodigy at the
Fast
game.
Like Tree grab.
Within 6 months of him learning the game, he was like competing in MLG tournaments. And I remember like he played against Ken first round of an MLG, and he was known for being like really technical, and he flatland infinited. I'm assuming you guys know what flatland infinites are.
Yeah, drill
Yeah,
shine.
I've heard this story before. It's the down air shine, cross up down air shine the
Yes.
other way, so on.
He did that 0 to death against Ken, the first stock they played in the tournament on FD. And everyone was just like, what the fuck? It's like no one could do that back then. He was just absurdly technical. What's
Yeah,
that?
I remember watching him do that to Zelix Peach all the way across FD and then back all the way across the rest of FD. It's going like, Jesus, just calm down.
And no one could STI then, so there was just no way to escape it. You were just trapped because no one knew to STI
Dunner.
the downer. Yeah, everyone. I don't know. It was
Now
amazing.
it really sucks.
He was inspirational, honestly. He was like a true prodigy of the game, and I really wish he had kept playing. I think he could have been like a top player because he only played for like a year and a half or something, and he got to like. Well, I played longer than that. I probably played like 2 years, and got to like a top level. So I'm a big Fast Like G fanboy.
Do you know him anymore, or do you just?
I mean, I
go
know
off the
him,
map?
but I haven't talked to him in years. I don't know what he's doing now. I know he liked StarCraft. He had a girlfriend. He played guitar, and he wouldn't play Smash a lot because he was busy with his girlfriend.
Yep.
And his name is
That's
Wes.
I believe he was a StarCraft player also.
Yeah, I mentioned that. He played.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, he was good. He's probably one of those guys who's just good at everything
Times,
they
that's
do, like
not
as him.
Yeah, he's just like an actual genius.
When I think of Hylian, I think of when SARS lost to him on the projector match. Hylian him in the last stock, and SARS was on point to win. Knocks Hylian off stage, he could just edge out to win, but instead tries to be fancy, went for a knee and missed, so he lost the set. I don't remember that at all. Irish dude.
Maybe
I'm
this
sure
will
it
be
happened.
Hylian 88.
No, I'm sure it happened to me, but I've been to like 200-300 tournaments. I don't remember. God, how many tournaments do you think you've been to, Sethlon? You're like the only person I know in the community that probably is comparable. You've probably been to more tournaments than me, even.
He's probably been to more because like the
Oh,
past
I'm sure.
few
I'm
years
sure he's
of
been to more than
PM,
me because of
that
PM.
was-
But I also had the
missing a
brawl.
lot of stuff for like the high active. There's one of the reasons why I'm quitting my job is because I've been missing a lot of the tournaments because I can only get just Saturday off. So
Mhm.
if it's not a city tournament, I have to be able to leave late Friday night and come back early Sunday morning, which is not very easy to do and
Mhm.
has sucked in the past. So I've missed out on a lot of stuff because of work. Which really
How'd you
sucks.
get off for Apex?
I asked off way ahead of time and had to bitch at them a little bit.
Okay. So you're actually quitting your job, or are you getting a? Do you have a new one lined up, or what?
I have a place I applied to, but honestly, I've got some money saved up. I'm seriously considering just seeing how far I can make it just playing Smash.
Oh, you probably could.
That tournament scene
Probably
is so active.
Yeah, I mean, our tournament seems really active. Like I said, like Austin has.
It's like
I
30
mean, I
tournaments a
probably
week.
could in that area as well, but I wouldn't want to just because
It's getting harder.
I want to
Denti,
further my career and such.
yeah, well, I figure if this is the thing I've always wanted to do, you know, play Smash for like as my main thing, and I don't know if I'll ever get a chance for it again. So
I feel like I'd start getting bitter at the game, like if money started becoming like a real thing I started caring about. Because like
well,
at the moment, it's like if I win money, it's like a great thing because like, hey, now I can go to another tournament. But if I were like, if I were treating it like a job, I'd be like, God damn it, I'm gonna eat ramen noodle for next week or something.
oh yeah, like one of the things about it is I'm not really expecting this to last forever, obviously. And I'm just gonna try and make it last as long as I can. And
I think it's cool to do like as a thing
Yeah.
to do while you can. I mean, why
Yeah.
not like take hold of opportunities?
Yeah, yeah. If this that's the sort of thing I'd probably regret if I didn't do it.
Yeah. I can
2
totally
years from
see
now,
it
you're like,
coming from.
dang, I should have done that.
You know, could have lived the dream for even if it was only for a couple months.
Alright, Ray Gon's 89. What's Project M? Project M is Strongbad linked the website there. It's a mod of the game Super Smash Bros. Brawl to give it physics similar to Super Smash Bros. Melee, which was its predecessor, giving it faster gameplay, more combos, new characters to the Melee scene, and new characters to Brawl with Roy and Mewtwo. And it's got a really big community. You can check it out, projectmgame.com, or check out the Project M scene on Smashboards if you are interested. And also look up there are plenty of entertaining YouTube videos that you can look up showcasing the game. So do that. Also follow me.
Okay, just so you know, that guy left right
Follow me
after
on
the
Twitter
Irish.
at
That guy left when?
He left right after the Irish dude posted the arrow link Adam posted.
Oh.
So he's been gone for quite a while.
He's been gone for like 5 minutes, dude. Just got bodied.
Damn. Well, hopefully he went to check out the site.
He's gonna watch the archives and see if his question was.
Yeah, you know, watch. That's for the archive viewers. Hey, it's for anyone who might be watching. So
PM's pretty fun. I like that game.
yeah,
We all like it.
yeah. There was definitely a point where I would have liked to do the same thing Sethlon, and that point has passed. And the only time I could have done that was with Brawl, because I was really good at Brawl.
Ice climbers are broken, right?
Yeah, dude. No one. God, the fucking Brawl community,
We
man.
had a pretty good run with Brawl.
Yeah,
There's
dude.
some stories we could tell for that.
We have good Brawl stories. I have good Brawl stories in general. So you quit way before me, though. That's why I think Sethlon and I still might be equalish on tournaments, because I had like 4 years of Brawl and he had like 2.
No, I mean I kept playing afterwards. I just didn't really do very well.
Oh. Well,
I don't know.
I don't know. I can almost guarantee you've been to more tournaments than me anyways, just because you go to so many now, and I don't go to like any. So, now, how many tournaments do you think you've been to? Isn't it like impossible? Like, oh yeah, I've been to over 100 tournaments, and I think about it.
I
Like,
mean,
I've been to
I've been
way
to,
more
like,
than 100 tournaments. Like, I've probably been to like 300 tournaments. And then I try like thinking about how many weekends of the years I've been to tournaments.
Yeah,
And it's just like impossible. I can't get like a factual number.
yeah, it's actually impossible.
I can't even.
Like literally
No,
impossible. It's
I can't even get like
impossible.
an estimate. It's somewhere between like 200 and 500.
I'm done. That's not even an estimate.
That's like as close
Your
as.
margin is far too large for that to be a relevant estimate.
Dude, that's what it is. Like I don't know.
You're done.
How do I
Oh
count?
god, it's too much.
How do I count for that? I enjoyed Brawl. I feel like I got a lot better at Smash, becoming like a top Brawl player, and it was cool like going to nationals and placing in like top 16 or in like top 32, which
Yeah,
wasn't even
whenever-
like close to doing in Melee, you know?
Yeah, whenever I was successful, I enjoyed it.
What?
Whenever I was successful, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. You definitely. We were both, I feel like, innovators. We did stuff with Falco that people thought was really cool, like the reverse boost pivot grab stuff.
Oh yeah, I think the video is actually taken down now. So
Oh.
I found that I actually did not invent that technique myself. I found a random YouTube video that I was like, hey, I found this really cool useless thing to do with Falcon. And it showed it off, and I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah. Oh, either way, you're the first one to like utilize it. And I remember playing you in like random character money matches for hours.
So much fun.
We would do $1 random character matches for just hours on it.
Yeah, we do that in PM now. It's super fun.
Yeah.
Especially since like half the cast is actually usable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is fun.
But if you get a tether character, it's over. I can't use them too much.
But yeah, the Brawl community, I have told them for so long that ICs are just absolutely amazing. And like, I had like an argument with Vinny in like 2010 or something about how ICs versus Meta Knight was like clearly even, or even in IC's favor in some stages. And this was when like the Meta Knight craze ban thing was going on, so like no one agreed with me. And Vinny called me an idiot. And then like 2 years later, I quit Brawl at this point. I go on the IC's boards, and I see Vinny posting about how ICs versus Meta Knight is even. I was like, God fucking damn it, man. And I called him out on it, and he said, I apologize, I was an idiot. I was like, yes! Yes!
Vinny also had a phase where he called Ice Climbers the best character in the game.
Yeah.
That was like a year ago.
Yeah.
So, he's like the music king of Brawl?
He's a little bit more well thought out than that, but
I like Vinny.
yeah, I like Vinny too. It was just funny. I don't know. I feel like I saw things in that character, like just that matchup in particular. Like I played so many Meta Knights, so it's like ICs can just do so many good things against Meta Knight. And Meta Knight can do so many good things against ICs. It's even. I don't know. Let's not talk about Brawl.
But it's the best game we've ever.
I had a lot of fun with Brawl. I got so into Brawl mainly because of the community. The Texas Brawl community was awesome.
Good.
With each other, they were.
What?
Well, the people that weren't cool in Texas Brawl generally weren't cool. So.
Yeah.
TGM is an ass until you realize he's just trying to make you mad the entire time.
Yeah, he's a troll, but he's like super nice in person. Bye bye, strong
Do
man.
people still call him TGM?
I do.
I do.
Really? I will
And
always
almost
call him TGM.
I gave him a new name. He's gonna have a new name for Smash, and I gave him it. It's gonna be
You told me about that, but
it's TGL. Yeah, TGL. And it stands for the Green Lesbian.
What?
Wasn't that a
Because
combo video?
that's actually what he likes to call himself now, anyways. So.
Yeah.
I know I've heard that name associated with him before.
Yeah, because he plays Green Samus in Brawl.
Who's
And
this?
TGM, Zyro.
Zyro.
Sethlon and I had the
Zyro?
same like thought progression there. Like exactly. We're both like TGM. Well, Zyro.
Yeah, Zyro was the Great Marth before he was Zyro.
Yes.
Yep.
Zyro 77 specifically.
The Great Marth. I have never heard of this.
TGM. Dude, the TGM combo. Come on, man.
Heard of the TGM combo?
The legendary TGM. Okay, good. Yes, it's phased out.
Come on.
Okay, so you guys were just talking about Zyro the whole time.
Yeah, we were
Alright,
talking
that
about
makes
Zyro the
sense.
whole time. Yeah, he made a Facebook post. He's like, alright, new Smash game, I need a new name. Because that's what he did with Brawl. He changed from TGM to Zyro.
Facebook in 2008?
No, like just a couple of weeks ago.
Uh,
He made up his own name when he changed to Brawl. And he was like, what should my new name be? A bunch of people posting suggestions. I'm like, it's obviously going to be TGL. He was like, the Great Loser? He tried like guessing a bunch of stuff. I'm like, come on, man, the Green Lesbian. He was like, oh my god, it's perfect. I'm like, yeah. How did you not realize this already? And he's going to play Refit Trainer. So, and if Refit Trainer has a green costume, it's perfect.
Well, I mean, she's gonna need one for Green Team at least.
Yeah, right? So it's all set. Like, it's good. I don't know why he couldn't guess what TGL was, though. See, even Rygo knows what the TGM combo is. Strong bad. Strong bad just drop out again. Or did I drop?
Yep,
No,
he did.
God damn it, Strong bad. Trying to dodge my questions. I like high level mid dittos. You know, Fibers, I actually also like high level mid dittos. They are, in my
That's
opinion.
actually one of the reasons why I started playing again, is because I switched to Meta Knight, and there were a lot of Meta Knights in Dallas.
Yes, they're incredibly fun to play, and I think they're fun to watch. More so than any other matchup in the game, so I love that. There are so many top level Mennonites, because that's like the only matchup I still enjoy watching. I love watching the Japanese Mennonites play the American ones.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I really like watching Nero play.
Yeah, Nero's really fun to watch too. I like, well, Zero, before he started being all campy, was fun to watch. And then he went all Meaty King style.
Yeah, now Zero is just like watching YouTube game.
Yeah, it's like the same thing. But he used to be like super aggressive, like Nero. I
Yeah,
love.
and then he got better, and yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think aggressiveness
Nero's
has its
still
place
most
in
aggressive
Midnight
than my
Dittos.
work.
Yeah,
But
and the Japanese do as well. That's why I feel like the Japanese were so much better
Nairo
initially.
also, right? Fairly aggressive comparatively.
yeah, I just mentioned Nero.
Yeah,
Oh, my bad.
we were just talking. Come on, Strong Rat, get with
My
the
phone is
program.
dipping in and out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we know you're going out at convenient times. We're calling you out on stuff.
Shut up.
I was saying, even Rygo knows that the TGM combos. You're a noob in our eyes.
Yeah, I'm comparatively green, I suppose, even though I've been around for 6 years.
Oh, I'm so old. Sethlon, why are we old? Zero is campy now? Yeah, Zero is... He's not always campy, but he's definitely gone to the dark side.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with camping, though.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Oh, aside from it being boring. Let's keep our game alive. Runs away for 8 minutes. That's gonna help.
And then, like, side B up at the top of the screen so then you can get forwarded by Diddy.
Down smashed, actually.
Oh, yeah, it was a down smash.
But, yeah.
That's Skatar too.
Something like that. That was stupid. You could have just gone under the stage.
Could have just, like, jumped some more and then, like, shuttle looped. Done a lot of things. List of awful decisions.
Sethlon and I once played in the finals of a brawl tournament. And we played 15 games in this tournament.
Oh yeah, Game 5 in winners finals and game 10 of grand finals.
Yes. We played 15 games and it took so long. And the funny part is, since we teamed, we also won teams. We split, but we didn't tell anyone we were splitting. Because that's how you split, right? You just don't tell anyone. That way it's entertaining.
Exactly.
And
Not even each other.
exactly. Not even each other.
There have been tournaments where we've done that, where like me and Hylian at some of the San Antonio tournaments, we always go win. Like we'd sit down and play finals, and Hylian's like, "So are we splitting?" And I was like, I thought about it. And I was like, "Yeah, we'll talk about it later."
Like, that doesn't make sense at all.
No, it doesn't. But
We pretty much always split just because we always teamed, so
Good blood, man.
yeah. We just never told anyone though, and we always tried our hardest in finals. And I don't understand why anyone who splits, like, there's no problem if you do that. No one's the wiser, so why is it
No one
better?
cares about the dollars. It's all about the match.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas people are like, "Oh, we're gonna split. We don't want to play." Like, what the fuck?
oh yeah, that one
What?
tournament where me and Hylian split. I think it was the same tournament. We played 15 matches. We also won doubles.
Yeah.
And it was during the time when Brawl was huge. It was hitting like 120 people.
Yes.
So I came home with like $700.
Yeah, it was like $700 or $800 each of us got. It was amazing. From that one random. It was Hobo 4.
It's a good day.
It was a good day. And the funny part was TGM was filming it on his camcorder for like hour and a half of our matches.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Oh my god, it's finally over." And then later he walks by us as we're splitting up the money. He's like, "Oh my god, you guys split?" And I recorded that whole thing. He was so mad. It was hilarious.
I would wait until you got home, or at least at a restaurant or something.
We didn't like. Oh, we're just giving. We're just counting the money basically, because we won everything. So he was like, "Oh my god, I hate you guys." It was really funny. And then we had like another tournament where we totally colluded and like split. We like forfeited to each other, so like Sethlon could beat one person that Roy and I couldn't beat.
The way that this was, so it was me, Hylian, Royar, and Stiltskin, and
There's this weird
Hylian-
rule. Explain the
yeah,
rule
so,
too.
so Hylian would always beat me. Like we played before, and like the three of us were in losers at this point in time. Hylian would always beat me. Like that's just how it works. I don't think I'd ever beaten him at this point in time. Roy R would always beat Hylian.
Yeah.
Stiltskin always beat Roy, but I always beat Stiltskin.
So I have the genius idea, or someone does.
Well, so Stiltskin is waiting in grand finals at this point in time. Just us three left, and I'm talking with Roy R. I think it was with you, Hylian, and I was like, hey, you know, if you two guys want to forfeit to me, you know, I could go beat out Stiltskin in grand finals, and we could split first place. And then Hylian was like, yeah, sure, I'll go talk to Roy R. about that. I was like, wait, really? I was kidding, but okay.
And I like had to explain the whole like process of us all beating each other to Roy. I was like, okay, like you're gonna lose to Silkskin, but we can make more money.
This is awful. You guys are
Because
bad.
one of us wasn't gonna get money. Like we were like, we deserve money, and we're so good.
You guys are terrible.
So Roy R. agrees
It was-
to this. Hylian forfeits to me. Roy R. forfeits to me. We go to play grand finals. Like we talked to Stilts about it. I was like, you know, if you just want to split with all four of us.
Yeah, we offered Stilts to split too.
Like we know we're kind of like being mean at the moment, so if you want to just, you know, we want to spread the money around, that'd be fine. And Splits is like, no way, like we're doing this. And so I play Stilts. So I play against Stilts, and I beat him the first game, and the second game, and the third game. Go to the second set, and I beat him the first game, and the second game, and the third game.
You're 6-0 to him.
6-0 this dude. Oh my god.
And I was like, yes! And I still remember Sethlon's shout out to me in the results thread. It was just, his only shout out to me was the man with the plan. And then smiley face with glasses.
Find that shit.
Oh, collusion. That's the only time we did something like that. But it was brilliant, and it was executed perfectly, and it was awesome. I don't even think we had a failsafe. Like, I don't even think we talked about how we would split the money if Sethlon didn't win first. We were just like, Sethlon will beat him. Roy and I probably won't beat him, but Sethlon will beat him. But Sethlon won't beat us, so we'll just forfeit to him so he can beat him.
I would never do something like that.
You wouldn't now, dude. This was early Smash scene before any of that shit was controversial at all.
Melee or
Brawl.
Okay. Who did the Stilts guy use?
Olimar.
Olimar.
So, fuck him.
Oh, so,
Stilts is awesome. I love Stilts. I fuck Olimar. I hate Olimar.
Actually,
probably the worst
he may
design
have
character.
been switching to Meta Knight.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah. I don't know if he was already switching.
Collusion makes the best stories. Even if it doesn't pan out, there's always a story. Yeah, like Mewtwo King losing out on $12,500 from MLG Dallas.
Oh yeah, that.
Dude, Genos bodied everyone at that tournament. I don't care what Mewtwo King says. Genos would have beat him. Genos beat Tyrant on Norfair and on Brintstar. He beat Tyrant's Meta Knight on freaking Norfair and Brintstar.
But did he?
But did he? It was absolutely crazy. He just destroyed everyone. That was like one of the most fun tournaments I've been to. I got a year's worth of free Hot Pocket from that tournament.
And,
One
yeah,
year's
good
worth.
story.
Oh my god.
This is great.
So many Hot Pockets were had.
Are you going to MLG Anaheim?
I don't know. I kind of want to go to Evo.
Evo was fun.
I've been to an MLG. I have not been to. That's not true. I went to Evo 2007.
Oh yeah, you did.
Sethlon was there too.
Yep. He was
Sethlon entered Guilty Gear
here. Yep.
and his
How'd you
3-man
do?
team.
I got bodied.
Rip.
Sethlon got bodied.
I had to play one of the better Eddie players in the game, and Eddie is. If you've seen what Eddie does in Guilty Gear, he is a
Yeah.
Yeah, Eddie is broken.
scary character. Does mean things.
Mhm.
Got the
That tournament was sketchy though,
A little, yeah.
because it was like single
The seeding
elimination.
was very bad, and
And
was
seating was bad and it was single. So, yeah, single elimination Evo tournament was not fun. But despite the shitty rules, James Chin actually wrote this giant article about how awesome the
no,
Smash
he
community
wrote
was.
Yeah,
the
it was
article. I remember that.
Based
'cause
on
someone linked
2007.
during the-
Yeah, based on Evo 2007, because even though we got a shitty ass rules for time, the community was still like really
Yeah,
awesome
like
about
single
it.
elimination.
Yeah.
It was a best of one double elimination for the longest time, and then like up to like top 32 was like best of 3 or some shit.
Yeah.
It's awful.
It was sketchy, dude. I hate single elimination tournaments. That's like, I think that may be the only one I've ever entered, aside from like GameStop tournaments. Like the only legit single elimination tournament I've entered was Evo. That's weird.
That's sad.
Yeah. But I really want to go to Evo again now that it's like big. Metro just signed up for Evo, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
saw that on Facebook. I am unfortunately not going this year. I might go next year. It depends on like if I have a good job or something, and I can just kind of afford to blow money on Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I'm not particularly interested in the tournament until they run PM, which will probably never happen. So it's whatever.
So my thing is like, I just don't. Like, I've never been to Vegas before. And Vegas is cheaper to fly into than Anaheim by a pretty good margin.
Oh really?
Yes, Vegas is.
Vegas was pretty fucking. Oh I guess St. Louis airport's better
Oh.
because like yeah I was looking it up because it was gonna be cheaper for me to take a train to St. Louis and then fly to Evo,
Uh-huh.
but I decided not just because of convenience.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like 350 something for my flight.
Mhm.
So
Well, I mean, in general, plane tickets are cheap into Vegas because they lower them so more people come to the city and spend money.
yeah.
It's just like a, hey, you can come here cheap. So there's always like deals going on. Fly to Vegas for $50. Stuff like that. God, we are really all just words. Words. What is the word? Insomniacs. We're all
Oh, I'm staying up all day.
absurdly
I-
insomniacs.
Well, let's. I guess.
It is 5:23 a.m.
Hey, it's 3:23 for fly.
That's true.
Yeah, I'll probably be up till 5 something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of odd. Like usually my sleep schedule keeps cycling, but the past several weeks it has just been me going to sleep around 3 to 5 a.m. or a little past that. So I don't know. I guess
Hey,
that is what I
Sethlon.
just naturally settle into nowadays for whatever reason.
Hmm.
What's up?
Somebody's got a question for you. Sethlon, what's your opinion on Roy in comparison to Mars? Did you answer that?
No, I don't think I did.
Who's in the chat?
My opinion of Roy in comparison to Marth. I'm not sure what you're looking for in my opinion, like which one's better or what the difference between the two are. So I'm not quite sure how I should answer that.
Maybe I think just as a general, maybe say just in terms of like their viability, like which one would be better in which matchups.
It's a little hard to say right now since Roy's still been out not that long, but I feel like in general the difference between the two is that Marth has really explosive kill power and like down air and random tip forward smashes that'll kill people at like any percent, but has trouble finishing people off once they get to really high percent. Whereas Roy's kind of the opposite, where he has very little explosive kill power in comparison, since his down air won't really kill most people if they see it coming. But he has lots of ways to set up into like down smashes and like down air to back air at like reasonable percents. So I'm not sure yet which would be better against which characters. Like
What about just archetypes like Marth's? Are they both pretty good against fast fallers? Like Marth might be better against bigger characters, shit like that.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Not sure. No,
I
okay.
don't like. I'm really
I mean,
comfortable
that's
against
fair.
space animals
Yeah.
with Roy.
I-
I don't
I
know
do-
if that's because the character or because of my familiarity.
Mhm.
I would imagine Marth would handle bigger characters better than Roy would. At least just
That's
kind of going by a really general intuitive feeling. Just picture some of these in my head quickly. And I think a lot of that is just Marth's down tilt. Like, if you just run up and down tilt a big character, it can be hard for them to deal with if it's spaced well. Because I don't feel like Roy can do anything like that as easily. I feel like he has to respect crouch canceling a little more than Marth does. And big characters have scary crouch cancels. Or at least
Yeah, but,
that's just. Or go
yeah.
on.
On the other hand, like I actually like Roy versus DK better than Marth versus DK.
Oh, really?
Because yeah, I mean against DK, like DK's down tilt beats Marth's down tilt anyways, so you can't
Oh.
really use that. And
Yeah.
I have a hard, at least like against some of the matches that I played against DK, unless you can manage to land the down tilts, like push him off stage and like edge guard him and kill him, then it's difficult to finish him off. Whereas Roy, it is rather easy to hit a DK up being with Flare Blade. Like you don't,
Okay.
like Marth Dare like hits around the same areas, but because like you have to space it so that the tip actually hits while worrying about DK hitting you out of it or going too low, etc., etc. Whereas Roy can just be like, well, you're in this general vicinity, so I'm just gonna fling this Flare Blade over here and cover like 75% of the spaces that you could potentially be in.
And I think with Marth, you have the problem of like trying to dare him and then maybe getting hit as your dare passes through like the invincible parts, and then it hitting you before it gets to the non-invincible parts.
Yup.
Whereas Roy, the whole thing just kind of goes through the Flare Blade. So it's just more consistent. And actually, I think that's a really good point, Fireburst. That's definitely a logical thought pattern. But since I always feel like Marth's Tipper made him fundamentally better because of the way spacing works.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue that it'd be easier to space a lot of Roy's stuff, and like despite that Marth has the obvious like effective reach, Roy still has a lot of reach if you space it right. Like you can still get the sweet spot on down tilts at a very respectable distances, and if you guys have seen some of the crazy times where like, well, I'm gonna throw out a forward smash, I'm not even sure if it's gonna hit, and it's sweet spotted somehow. Sweet, they're dead. So Roy still has effective reach,
Mhm.
and he also has random moves like back air that just don't really compare to Marth moves.
That's true. But I do like that process of thinking though. Like I think that's a pretty good way to evaluate how a character works when you're comparing them. Like and then see like what, for example, like Sethlon explains what Roy does to like compensate that difference in effective spacing, or how he also has effective spacing in different ways. But Marth is just fundamentally probably easier to understand because you just zone them out with your range. Where Roy has a range, but he also wants the like deeper hits.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit
of the,
harder to understand the intricacies of the combos than with Marth.
Yeah, a lot of the there's a really big playstyle difference, despite the fact that they can both do the sort of, well, I've got this big old sword and I'm just gonna swat you with it, and they don't know you, because Marth can actually kill you or like set up situations where he can do lots and lots of damage and potentially kill you from those situations, whereas Roy uses his taps just to take control of situations and then eventually go in and get deeper and use the more effective part of his blade.
Yeah. Makes sense. Got to play Roy Ditto's the Dr. PP, lots of fun. I imagine he would be pretty good.
Probably, yeah.
TP has TP, I think, has the best melee Roy right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
And he's very good with the character.
Damn. I
I think he beat Kage.
Really?
I heard that story. Like they did a money match and he beat him with Roy.
Damn. Was there? Oh, I want to see that.
Kage's Kage's been trying to play PP's Marth. Like, I am not entirely sure that this is a thing, but this is what I remember from what I've been reading.
Mhm.
Kage's been trying to play PP's Marth ever since it's become like a thing, since like Apex 2013 ish. And and he says like you got to get past the Roy first. And I'm like, damn. I'm like, yo, yo,
That's
oh
actually kind of
god.
funny. That's actually kind of funny too, because I've played Kage in friendlies before, and he's always just trashed me, and he's used that as an excuse to say like, "Oh, Roy's so bad, Ganon poops on him so hard," and I've always disagreed with that, so it makes me happy.
That's pretty funny. When you win the Falco Ditto, you can sit in the chair.
You know what a great quote.
It is. It totally seems like his personality. Like he'd be like, "Oh, you have to get through the Roy first."
Yep.
When you beat the Roy, you can have the Marth.
How do I down tilt out of dash so fast? I just a lot of times I'll just go into crouch before doing it. That's basically the only way to do it effectively out of a dash is you dash, and then when you're actually in the full dash, you would just crouch at any point in time, go directly to a down tilt from there.
Dude, have we tried tree grabbing in PM?
I think I have. I've
Fast light
Did
tree
you-
grabbing?
Yeah, tree grab.
my
Yeah.
my results have mostly been just pivot grabbing is easier and better.
Yeah. Well, okay,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
out of a out of a tree grab, you can forward smash instead of grab. Right?
You
Well,
mean
isn't
I mean,
that
you can
like
do
the-
that during a full run either.
Yeah, that's the.
It's faster though, isn't it? To do the
No,
pivot
The
version.
crouch up smash.
Yeah, in SoCal we call it the J-Kun, when you just run past somebody with Marth and just forward smash the opposite direction.
I like to call that the Lulu special.
The Lulu special.
Yep.
Oh yeah, he did that with Sonic a lot.
Yeah.
That's no, but I mean that's not what I'm referring to.
Yeah, he's talking about like dashing and then crouching and then doing another dash in that direction and then forward smashing, right?
It's called like fast like tree pivot. Because I guess he
Yeah,
came up with it.
because he would dash forward, crouch, and then do a dash dance and then grab out of it.
And he crouches. So the whole point of it was to grab out of a run, behind you, sort of like in Brawl.
Yeah.
But so he would crouch. He would try to crouch for like one frame. He would try to only crouch for like one frame, so you could barely see the crouch. And it just would sort of look like he would do a pivot grab out of a full run. Fauna did like a whole breakdown on it with like frame
Essentially
stuff.
just like extending a dash dance.
Yeah. Right. He had all sorts of crazy pivot stuff. It was just kind of funny because like he came up with it and he used it a lot, and then like no one else ever used it except Austin RC, I believe.
Yeah, I have a lot of like Roy and Marth players like come and ask me for like tips and stuff and learn pivot forward smashes. Do it.
Yes. Pivot forward smash. Forward throw pivot forward smash. Yeah, Arc did that to Mita King actually. I remember watching him do that.
Sun's Marth does a lot of stuff like that. Also these weird pivot tricks. Sun's Marth is really weird in general. He doesn't really fight like a normal Marth, but he gets results with it.
So
Mhm.
I found the results of that tournament we were talking about where we colluded to hell, but
Oh, did you?
not the actual results thread, unfortunately.
Oh, wait. How did you find the results, but not the results thread?
Because like TGM has lists of all the results.
Oh yeah, he put them before all of his tournaments, right?
Yeah, it's actually it's also just in like the original
You see.
thread, the Houston social.
Hmm.
But I can't seem to find the actual results.
For it might have been archived.
How did Stiltskins respond to that?
Well,
He was pretty kind of unhappy. Well, he was mostly just frustrated because I had been beating him until that point. Like I had never lost a set. I had lost one game to him before that, the very first game we played, because it was one of the ugliest games I've ever seen in my entire life, and I just happened to be the one on the losing side. And we actually like laughed about it afterwards. Like that was terrible. We'll try this again. But yeah, he had not taken a game off me until at that point in time, and he was frustrated that he still had not been able to.
Hmm.
But other than that, he didn't really like he didn't take it personally or anything.
yeah, especially since we offered to split with him. I think if
Okay.
we had just colluded behind his back, he would have been more mad. But like we told him what we were gonna do. Like we're upfront with him. It's not like we.
Yep, just wanted to spread the cat.
tried to screw him. One of us, we're all like pretty good friends, and one of us, we didn't want one of us not to get money, which was the thing. It's not that we even wanted more money, is we didn't want the 4th place person not to get money.
Well, it'd be the 5th place because like the way the bracket would work.
Yeah,
if
it's something
someone
like that.
Forfeit get 5th. Someone would forfeit. Oh, wait, no,
No,
you're
4th.
right.
4th, yeah.
Cool.
4th.
Because we got
Here we
1st,
go.
2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Mhm.
Dude, Sethlon, I remember going to tournaments when we were like some of the best players and sitting on a couch. It was like you, me, I think Hobo 11, you, me, Roy R, and one other person, just, it was like Lee Martin, like sat on a couch. We were all playing friendlies. We had like a crowd of 30 people standing behind us watching us play friendlies.
Yeah.
And I could hear people like whispering, oh my god, they're so good. Oh, those are the days.
Good times.
It is very fun to see people gather around for friendlies.
I never even I don't ever see that anymore, like with anyone.
I see it in at majors. I guess you don't really
Just-
attend them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really
your
see
scene
it too much.
is really melee centric, so they're like,
Yeah, my
oh,
scene
PM,
is very-
it's that game that's
yes.
worse than melee. So
They're more open than that. They play it. Like I go to Smash Fest and it's mainly PM, and a lot of the melee only players will come and play PM. Like
yeah,
they're all
like,
cool about it.
Like Carl and Minion are pretty
Well,
receptive. But some of them
even Quan's never entered PM, but he'll play it at my house during
Oh yeah. Who
Yeah.
does he use?
Falco. He just plays Falco. He told me he would like to learn Lucas if he actually wanted to compete in tournaments, but he just likes melee, which is fine. Like he's cool about it. Like he'll play if that's what people are playing. He's not like snobby about it,
Yeah.
which is how it should be. You know, like if you like a game or play it, just don't. Like there's no need to be a dick about
Yeah.
whatever. I think in PM secondary is more important than ever with so many characters. I would agree with you, Irish dude, depending on your main, but not even depending on your main. It's probably a good idea to have a secondary as far as top level play is concerned, just because the amount of viable characters makes it so that it's almost impossible that any one character is not going to have a really bad matchup.
Like
Even
concept
like
would be that.
Fox, even like Fox seems to kind of get shit on by me too. Like there's even like shit like blatant super good characters will struggle in some cases. So like it can be beneficial, but I think it's still viable to just go with one character at the moment, but maybe not in the future when people get to a point where they're really good with a bunch of characters. I don't know. I've seen like Fly having a Sheik. I've seen him body some little boys with that Sheik.
Let your shitty horror
Yep.
stories.
I remember I was like, oh, the needles, oh, the recoveries, oh.
Sheik has definitely been helpful for me.
Yeah, so like Fly will hardcore stick it out versus DDD, but against he can just recognize when Sheik would just destroy a matchup and when it'd be really beneficial. So like the fact that he has just even the threat of that Sheik is good.
He's got a pretty good pit too.
I've never actually seen Fly's pit, I think.
Oh, he tried it against Austin. Didn't work out.
I don't think I saw those matches.
I use it every now and then. It's okay, but there are a lot of things I'm not too good at with him. I don't know. There are a few other characters I have that are on a similar level. Like, I think my Samus is probably about as good as my Pit. Maybe a little better, actually. I don't know. I just don't use a lot of these characters that much.
That's cool. You should use Samus more. Samus is very underused, and I think she's pretty good.
Yeah, I do too.
Neelix, that's actually, I agree with that, Neelix. I think having a secondary is very important long term, but it will slow your progression in terms of climbing brackets. I could definitely see that, depending on how much experience you have with Smash.
It depends on how thin you spread yourself, right? Because if you're picking up 4 characters, then you probably have a problem more with yourself than with matchups.
Yeah, I have struggled with that exact problem actually, but not recently. I've just been focusing on 2 characters. Actually, one reason I think Sethlon gets good at games really fast. Is one thing I've just observed about him. In friendlies, like you can always watch Sethlon play friendlies, and you will always see him playing whoever he's maining, like a lot. At tournaments, I don't know about like in his house and stuff, but I've noticed at tournaments, or when he was playing me, or probably playing people he doesn't get to play often, he'll just play his main over and over and over and over and over. And
I
I'm
very rarely pick other characters.
yeah, like, and that is very different from like me. Like I'll play like all sorts of characters against people, or I know like even just from like watching Sethlon like improve so fast that like I would improve faster if I would just play my character in friendlies, you know. So I definitely think if you take it like that, like it can slow your progression, trying to spread yourself out. And you probably want to get to a certain level with one character before seriously considering another, rather than raising both equally. If you're new to both, at least. It's different if you've like playing a melee character that you've played for years.
Yeah, very different.
Like I could just play Fox in PM and probably do a lot better in some matchups because I've played Fox for so long, and Fox is easier in PM, but I don't.
That's why I like
there's some-
having the new perspective of Wario, because like,
Mhm.
yeah, DK's there and everything, and he's pretty good, and probably covers some good matchups and such here and there. But like, I've never played like a Wario-esque character in any Smash game before, and it's really interesting.
Mhm.
I think DDD feels the same way, like how he doesn't want to use Ice Climbers in this game just because it's a different game and wants a different experience.
Mhm.
Yeah, that actually is kind of a big part of it. That just DDD, in spite of some superficial similarities to Ice Climbers, he just has a very, very different movement style. Like,
Right.
it's a long jump squat, pretty high friction, full, really good fast fall acceleration, terminal velocity, and all that stuff. So, yeah, just very different movement style. It's a very different experience that I enjoy.
Yeah. And it's definitely, that's a great appeal to PM, you know, like I quit Melee even though I loved it after so long for Brawl because I played it for 7 years and I was just getting tired of it. And I quit Brawl because I played it for 4 years and I was getting tired of it. And
Yeah.
I mean, this Melee lasted 7 to Brawl's 4.